What is your biggest regret? I made my bully take his own life. I come from a middle-class family where my single mom worked very hard and spent almost all of her money to send me to a very prestigious private school growing up where all of the rich parents would send their kids to give them the best future possible. I say this to say that I did not fit in with most of the students from that school. While their parents would drive them to school in one of their luxury sports cars, my mom would drive me to school in her beat-up Honda Civic. In my school, there was this one student. Let's call him Ethan. Ethan and I would never get along and I would constantly be the butt of all of his jokes. He would make fun of me for the phone I had. The car my mom drove. It felt like he would make fun of me for simply breathing. I had very low self-esteem, so all of these jokes took their toll on me and made me feel like I was less than everyone else and that there was something wrong with me when everyone would laugh at the jokes he made about me. One day, there was an after-school party being thrown for one of the students for her birthday. The girl, let's call her Sarah, was very popular and likable person. The type to get along with almost everyone, so needless to say basically our entire grade was going to be attending this party. Fast forward to the night of the party and I get ready and walk to her house as it's only a few blocks away from me, and I also didn't want anyone to see the car my mom drove as that would obviously cause more jokes to be made about me. I walk in and I'm greeted by Sarah and she lets me inside and I go to sit down and I see Ethan. Ethan and I locked eyes and his eyes lit up and he shouted some sarcastic comment at me, to which everyone laughed. He pointed out how my dress was too small and suggested that I go to the thrift store to get a different size. Again, everyone laughed. I just walked through the door and what was supposed to be a fun party has already turned into me getting berated by Ethan while everyone else at the party laughs. I excuse myself and go to the bathroom and just begin to sob. I didn't understand why I was always made fun of simply for existing. Simply for not having the nicest car, or the newest phone, or the richest parents. Was that enough of a reason to justify this harassment? I was fed up. I wiped the tears from my face and walked back out of the bathroom and straight up to Ethan. I put my arm around him and whispered in his ear to come somewhere more private. He followed me into one of Sarah's guest bedrooms and we began kissing, and one thing led to another and we ended up going all the way. After we finished we both got up, got dressed, and Ethan rejoined the party while I called my mom to pick me up. On the way home I sent a message in one of the school group chats telling everyone what happened. But instead of telling them it was completely consensual, I told all of them that he forced me. I turned my phone off and went to bed and woke up the next day, got dressed and went to school like normal. When I walked into class everyone was staring at me and giving me weird looks. Everyone except for Ethan. He was nowhere to be found. I sat down and asked the girl beside me where Ethan was and she said you didn't hear. The school got word of what he did last night and he ended up getting expelled. I know I should have been relieved hearing that my biggest bully would no longer be attending my school, but I couldn't help but feel a sense of guilt for lying. Nobody ever talked about what happened that night and the school year carried on like normal. I ended up graduating, going to university, and getting my dream job. I'm 28 now and my school recently had a 10-year high school reunion. At first I wasn't going to attend, but I was reminded of the hell those kids put me through, and now that I'm doing well in life and probably making more money than all of the kids that bullied me, I ended up deciding to go. Why not? After all, it would be an excuse to show all of those snobby kids where I ended up despite their constant tormenting. Fast forward to the reunion and I see a lot of familiar faces. Everyone looks a bit different, but I can still recognize most of the people there. I get to chatting with everyone and everybody changed a lot. The kids that used to make fun of me now were greeting me with a smile and seemed like completely different people. I guess that's what happens when given time to mature. The night went on and we talked about everything. Where we are now. Our jobs. Some of us even had kids. And then, being a bit curious, I asked, does anyone know what happened to Ethan? Everyone's eyes widened and one of the girls explained to me that after Ethan got expelled from school his parents disowned him, deeming him a failure and saying that he tarnished his family's successful reputation, and he ended up working as a janitor at a local mall before taking his own life. My face went pale. I don't think I was able to even mutter a single word. I just got up, packed my things, and went home. That was last night. I'm still in shock as I write this and I haven't slept at all. To say I feel horrible would be an understatement. I never expected it to go that far. I just thought maybe if I made up some lie he would leave me alone and the bullying would stop. I don't know what to do or how to feel.